I talked about this before, or I talked about this early in this episode, and what I said was sports keeps going. And sports goal is to put the best product out there. Because at the end of the day, when you put the best product out there, you get more viewers and more revenue, and it just bolsters your product. It just bolsters your league. And there comes a time in every single basketball player or football player or athlete. It comes a time in every athlete's life where there has to be a pivot. And shouts out to Ryan Clark and everyone at the pivot. You're seeing, primarily with basketball, a lot of players that aren't in the league but have the talent to be in the league. Or let me say this, aren't signed to a team but have the talent to sign to a team, like a John Wall, like a DeMarcus Cousins, like I don't know, like a Taco Falls or something, like a Tyreek Evans. I'm sorry. These players are good enough, but for one reason or another, they're not on the NBA team. Some players' careers end gracefully. Some players' career end on the mountaintop, like Ray Lewis. Last season, ended his career winning a Super Bowl. I think the same thing happened with Peyton Manning. I think there's like 450 NBA players, right? And that number pretty much roughly stays around the same year after year, even though you have a draft year after year, meaning that players are just sent out of there. And there's multiple options. You have the NBL, you have the Big Three, you have playing overseas, like Juan Toscano Anderson's playing overseas, or Trey. I forgot his name, bro. But you have Kenneth Fareed. You have, what I'm saying is, for athletes, you have to know not only when that pivot is, you have to be ready and know what you're doing with that pivot. Because I don't want to see, it's hard to see athletes trying to crawl back to something that obviously doesn't want them. Do I think that John Wall is good enough to be in the league? Yes. Do I think that DeMarcus Cousins is still good enough to be in the league? Yes. Especially when I'm not going to do that. And I'm not saying that they don't have another option. But what I'm saying is when you get to that point, always have the pivot. And what I mean by always have the pivot, know what you're going to do. Because trust and believe, once a league throws you away, it's very hard to come back. And I don't mean throw you away on some Martavius Bryant stuff, and that he obviously had substance abuse issues or whatever, and he's obviously back with the Cowboys now. But and don't be ashamed. That's another thing. Don't be ashamed if you have to go another route. Like Kemba Walker having to play overseas. I think Kemba Walker, at least offensively, is still good enough to be in the league. Isaiah Thomas, still good enough to be in the league offensively. John Wall. But don't. Here's the thing. One thing that I don't want to happen is people that chase what was for so long that they lose the ability to capitalize on what is. Meaning, you're chasing getting back to what was, even though you're not there anymore. So why not maximize what's now? Why not go John Wall? Why not go play overseas? Now, there could be an opportunity where a team comes calling. That worked for J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith went overseas and I think put up 70 off the bench, and then obviously came back into the league, won a championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Lakers. Bada bing, bada boom. But why not go and play overseas and maximize your talents there in hopes that you can, get back to the league? What I'm saying is, man, know when you have to pivot. Don't never be the last person, because never be the last person to pivot or to know when you have to pivot. Oh man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.